where I have the problem with Lagos is that, one, you're going to take away someone's means of livelihood, people's means of livelihood. You've literally shut off job opportunities for so many
That's
people.
millions of dollars of investment just gone.
Now, there are no alternatives. There are no second options, and you expect that somehow crime rates will not increase. You expect that somehow, the already frustrated Nigerians will be more frustrated.
Exactly.
People had families that were dependent on
Landmark. What up, my people? It's your favorite podcast, man. Back again with another one. My name is Michael Shonariwo.
And I'm Muriwa Ogunkoya.
And you're welcome to Menisms, ladies and gentlemen. How far now?
Good.
How you day? How about you know? How's life treating you? How's Lagos treating you?
Not bad.
How's everything been?
Lagos seems pretty calm lately. Is it just? I mean, of course, it's still the madhouse it is, but seems pretty chill lately. Seems pretty calm. That's really what I can use. Yeah.
Same.
Seems pretty calm.
It's been a calm year.
Yeah. Seems pretty calm.
Boys are resting to start the year. We're working, obviously, but I've been taking a break from the event scene and all that. But starting back again soon, we have Check and Balance, a new event, ladies and gentlemen. All you DJs in Lagos, we are giving 1 million naira to the best DJ in Lagos, all right? So if you don't know about it, go check out Check and Balance. It's something new coming in May. You guys will see it, self-plug. Okay. But yeah, man, apart from that, yeah, Lagos has been chilled. I mean, I don't know, for me, like, it's weird because I'm usually somebody that's on the move. And for me, being very chilled this year has been, like, awkward and good at the same time because, like, I'm not used to just staying in one place, but I feel like I needed it at the same time because I remember, like, how the year was ending last year. We all day outside, and then all of a sudden we're chilled. And I asked myself, is it that is the 30 plus that's hitting, or is it that Lagos is not the same as it used to be?
So I think we're all kind of reaching our breaking point. And I say this in a way that, obviously, like, everyone in Nigeria is complaining about Nigeria the way we are, but I feel like we're all reaching our breaking points because it's now touching everybody. Like, the hardship is now touching everybody, right? I mean, look at the new tariffs for electricity. How?
Everything is going up. Even though dollar is doing up and down,
do you understand?
Everything is going up.
So I feel like we're all just in a place now where it's like, see, I need to rest. We're at this place where, like, you know what, I need to rest for a bit. Like, because even things like grocery shopping, bro, I have to really, really think, like, do I need these things? Okay, so I'm only going for the things I need. You know, just the fact that which was somewhat a therapeutic exercise before is now very traumatizing. You know,
even gym itself at times is like,
do you understand?
At the time I drive, fuel, traffic, your car can have an issue.
And these are activities.
Gym memberships going up.
Do you understand? These are activities that were meant to be the
stress relievers.
We
don't even have parks or shit to like I know, like, for example, when I'm in London now, the one thing, I haven't been to London in like 3 years obviously, but when I'm in London, I know the first thing I just want to do, I'll go and find every park that has a basketball court that people go to, and I just go and do that.
Yeah.
That's my therapy. I know the only thing I'm paying for is the train. But then in Nigeria now, depending on where you are, we play like in Ikoyi sometimes. I don't want to give location, obviously, for safety reasons, but we play in... Wait, what am I saying? To be fair, it's public parks, John, if you like, pull up. But we play in Banana Island most times, but that one is free. Then there's 1004 that people play in, that I've played there before. The one I was thinking about that you pay is LSP.
Okay, well, yeah.
LSP, you have to pay and all that, but it's just like sometimes I wish it was just public parks and stuff that you could just go chill, go vibe.
You know, the fact that we don't even have a park culture is our first problem in this city, right? Because you would imagine that people just want a place they could just go sit down with their own snacks and just enjoy fresh air. Now, talking about fresh air is another thing that we actually don't have in this Lagos, because one thing you could say you want to do is a breather, which is take a walk. Already, I'm just thinking, the air is not even fresh. The noise
pollution is, bro.
So, like, so you see what I mean when I say we're all kind of on the brink. We're just like...
The one place I feel free in Lagos that is like, I don't even feel like I'm in Nigeria that I could walk and do that is Lakwe Lakes.
And I mean, think about that journey. You understand the journey you have. so how often do you want to do
Drive
that?
is an hour.
Do you get
What, an hour 30?
an hour 30 give or
An
take,
hour
yeah.
30, give or take. But then it's like when you get there, your stress and your problems just leave. There was the beach, which, by the way, I want to talk to you about that. Funny
Alright.
enough.
Yeah.
And the beach was my getaway. Like, I tell some of my friends this, that before Sunday at Ilashe, I came up with Sunday at Ilashe, like going to the beach in terms of not just Ilashe beach, but Landmark. I used to go to Landmark a lot by myself. Oh. A lot of people don't know that. So it's like a lot of times, like when I was doing parties and stuff on the island, once it was Saturday, Sunday, man, I'm going to Landmark on my ones. Go and carry a nice J with me and shit. Carry my notebooks and just be writing, coming up with ideas. I always used to go to Ocean Breeze. That's there. The beach was so relaxing and peaceful. You get what I'm saying? Even if there's people there, you get, because you see so many different kinds of people at the beach in Landmark. Like, to me, I always joked and say Landmark is the one place that you see the real Nigerians in terms of the diversity. Because when you go out on a normal night or so in Lagos, you're usually going with your circle of people or people within your similar circles. The beach is open game. And then look at something like that now that's gone. That now they've closed Oniru Beach, they've closed the Sandfield Landmark Beach, which to me is the most stupid, idiotic thing we could have done. Because I know for government reasons, they said they closed it, which is this coastal highway. But then the problem with Lagos and Nigeria at times is planning. We don't plan. If you knew that you were going to do this coastal highway, why was it not better prepared? Why was the land for Landmark sold during that period? Why wasn't there alternative plans made? Because again, Landmark Beach as a whole is generating billions into our economy. It is one of the biggest tourist destinations in Lagos in terms of beach, because
in Nigeria, actually, not even
Thank
Lagos.
you. Because outside of Sunday at Ilashe that promoted Ilashe, people don't go to Ilashe casually unless you have a private beach house, which means the only public beach there is Landmark. Now that's gone. Where do people go? And again, even just for the environment, like you are now building another road when
Okay.
there's no road.
So the thing is, I don't have all the intricate information that I would need for this argument to be very solid. I mean, while the coastal road, yeah, they say it would benefit the citizens and blah, 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 it's meant to really divulge traffic and just decongest the Lekki Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The planning is where I've always had a problem with, Lagos and Nigeria as a whole. You can't... Now, they claim that this was on their master plan right from 2007.
But that's when you
No, I beg to argue that, but then again, like I said, I don't have all the facts, and these documents are not exactly transparent. They're not exactly posting this out in the open for us to see. It's just a hearsay. And so they say they had these documents since 2007 stating that, the master plan contained a coastal highway, which I'm aware of. I know that there's a coastal highway that was actually in the plan. I just don't know how far back this was, in the works. They just never developed the coastal highway, right? For whatever reasons. Well, this is again Nigeria. Somebody must have swallowed whatever budget was, allocated to that. And, Anyways, so fast forward to today now that Landmark is trying to fight this battle. Where I have the problem with Lagos is that, one, you're going to take away someone's means of livelihood, people's means of livelihood. You've literally shut off job opportunities for so many
That's
people.
millions of dollars of investment just gone.
Now, there are no alternatives. There are no second options. And you expect that somehow crime rates will not increase. You expect that somehow, the already frustrated Nigerians will be more frustrated.
Exactly.
People had families that were dependent on
Landmark.
do you understand? And so I'm not even saying that the government shouldn't develop this thing which should congest. Again, I still don't believe, because the truth is that
How does
whole
it doesn't
traffic thing is even still planning. It's
it
still
doesn't
planning.
even help traffic when you think about it, because even look at how the traffic is already on that road, that Oniru road
which is
now.
why I said planning.
So I'm like, how is it now going to reduce traffic? How is it?
So you see, our problem in Nigeria is always, rather than resolving the current issue, create a new solution that can then just distract you from the immediate
main problem.
Because if you actually analyze the Lagos expressway traffic, right? Sorry, the Lekki expressway traffic, it's actually a very simple problem that causes that traffic. And you know what it is?
I was about to joke and say, she architect.
Don't kill me, please.
Here we go.
And you know what it is? It's literally commercial buses taking up 1 to 2 lanes when they are dropping passengers off or picking them up. Watch carefully. whenever you're on
When
the
you say
Lekki,
commercial, so
so
which one's
commercial
the
buses,
smaller buses or the
both.
big red blue buses?
Both. Okay, so not the BRTs. The BRTs don't exactly cause that much of a mayhem, especially on the Lekki Highway, right? Then they don't ply that route as much as the smaller buses. So the smaller buses are the ones that are creating that congestion. They take up 2 lanes, and you know what's the most annoying part about this? A last mile official
Would be
is literally even directing him to park. It doesn't make sense to me. You're seeing that people are actually driving around that bus to continue on the highway. The bus is on the highway. Now they've created cutoffs that you can literally veer off from the road to pick up or drop off your passengers. It's literally written there, bus stop. You will see the bus stop being empty while everybody else is standing in a separate location. And I'm just like, I can't fathom this. I can't wrap my head around this.
I even thought you were going to say, even though that's the problem I didn't think about, but I even thought you were going to say, like, even that Lekki Ekpe Expressway. First off, it's lane 1, lane 2. That's it. I don't understand.
It's actually 3 lanes, but in some cases you get there and the road has
Nigeria. We're in Lagos. We're in one of the most populated cities. You only have 1 lane instead of one side kind of P. Look at, for example, when we're in Ikoyi now. In Ikoyi, look at the Ikoyi roads now. Look at when that building collapsed that year. That the whole island was on standstill. Why? Because there's only one side and the other side, which means the whole right side was blocked. So people had to start going through Parkview, a whole estate, for you to now get to. So my own is, you know, the city is so densely populated. Why are we not building more roads? Every day we're seeing new building, new apartments being built, road just being full. Why are we not building more roads? So that way there's more cars that can actually move around properly.
You know, it's rich for you to think that the country has the citizens' interest at heart.
No, I know. I mean, obviously, because I know they don't.
But you know, the ultimate problem is that there are just never consequences for all of our blunders and actions. That's actually the only thing. If there were consequences for the government not doing the roads the way they should, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, okay,
because I look at Abuja. Like, again, that Abuja stays in my. I've only been to Abuja. I told you once. I can never forget those roads, bro. Space.
It's a politician city.
There was space, bro. 5 lanes, guy.
It's a government city.
I had anxiety when I was on that road because I said, I'm a Lagos boy. I'm not used to this. I'm a guy. There's still 6 lanes. Then you still have Abuja people that are now complaining. Oh, sometimes the roads are too speedy. I'm like, see, that's a good problem.
You know the funny thing. Someone. This is a long time ago. Someone posted a clip of some traffic in Abuja, and I think it was maybe on the 5-lane road. There must have been some sort of maybe an accident or something, just something, you know, that is unusual. And the person took a picture and posted and said, oh, traffic in Abuja, this is very unusual for us. And the first thing that someone commented on that picture was, you people are even staying on your lanes. If this was in Lagos, if I know that, I think what happened was they saw in that picture a car was trying to get in between 2 cars because there was space for it, and somebody just said that must be a Lagos driver. That's somebody that came from Lagos to come and just carry out his driving in Abuja. And you know, that just brought me back to saying that because there just never any consequences.
True, sure.
If these so-called last mile officials are actually, let's just give an example, right? Let's say I'm in the Lekki traffic now, and I just see last mile officials walking in between the traffic to catch people that are not on the designated line, and now say, okay, you park. Is this where you're meant to drive on? You're in between 2 cars. You're causing more traffic than we need.
So it's like if officials actually did, if we actually held people accountable for your actions, then you could see some.
Look at traffic lights.
I mean,
people are afraid to break traffic lights.
See, these are the problems.
So you see what I'm saying?
And a lot of people that's why I tell people, like, people that don't live here, like, you think you know Lagos traffic, but it's until you go through this. Imagine just 1 month, 30 days straight of Lagos traffic. My God, respect to all of you in this city, man. All of us are trying.
But anyways, so I think the coastal road shouldn't have shut off the landmark. I understand that there was no way around it because
but you could have, even if you postponed it, because again they gave this man no time. Think about the business side of it.
Which is why I said they never care for. See, proper planning would have had you divert those services to a different location. Either give him a separate parcel of land, or maybe get him something on the Atlantic that would now, you know, make up for whatever his losses will be in.
Like, do you know what that looks like for us from an international scale in terms of if we're the same people now trying to look for foreign investment now? That man had foreign investment to build that landmark, you understand? So imagine now that we're going to
Of
try and
course,
reach out to
they're
people
going to
now.
look at it as, perishable income that they're trying to just burn into the economy. Because what's the point of me carrying my $20 million here so you can do some work?
That one day the
Just
government
so
can just say, hey guys, yeah, we had to cancel this whole thing.
Exactly.
Oh, don't worry, we may reimburse you, keyword may, which means you're not, because it's probably going to have to now be a court case. That man now has to.
Well, anyway, I mean, God help us again in this country.
Bro,
we can only keep observing and keep hoping for the best.
Anyways, guys, again, this is just a normal day in the life in this country, but like we always say, it shall get better. But we, of course, have some comments and questions from you guys, and shout out to you guys that continuously send them to us. We appreciate you. First one from Heisenberg. First off, watching porn and masturbation is a sin, and it seriously causes damage to your mental health and how you interact with people and the opposite sex. I would know because I have found myself in the spiral for more than 10 years and still struggle to overcome this addiction I have towards it. Guys need to stop such bad habits and try to replace them with new ones. It's important to change something better, as porn and masturbation will mess you up in the heads and your relationships. It's important to cut back on ways that lead you into objectifying women and cues that make you want to watch porn and self-gratify yourself. It's not easy. There are a lot of pressures and it requires a lot of patience and discipline. Take it one day, week, month, or year at a time. May we all come out better. Amen. This was a comment, I'm guessing, from somebody that watched our episode last time about porn. Of course, again, there's no judgment in every topic we have. Obviously, even us, we're talking about our experiences, but he does make some valid points about what porn can do to you, and we definitely talked about all that. If you want to see more about that, go watch our episode about it, and then you can also give us your opinion about it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, thanks. This is good encouragement for people who are struggling to come out of this addictive phase or addiction. And it's really hard to, because the person mentioned something about replacing it with something else. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard to figure out what it is you want to replace that sort of addiction with. And, connecting to what we may discuss later on today, depending on time, is how do we even discuss these things amongst ourselves? How do other people talk about an addiction they're going through and how best they can come out of it? Because one thing about getting fresh ideas is knocking two heads together. Mm-hmm. And so if you have thought and you haven't come up with anything, the next best thing is to bring that to the next person who may or may not relate to your situation. Yeah. And you can never know how well they relate until you bring it up. And so, it now makes me question, how often do we have these table conversations, even with our closest friends, Because when I think about it now, how many of my guys would actually say, oh, I'm having a masturbation problem, what can I do to curb it? You see what I'm saying? So, but it's definitely something that, that this person has brought to light. And I think, because when I sit down here, I actually can't think of what is the most constructive thing to replace masturbation with that can make you really look away from it.
To be fair,
it's engaging your time in stuff.
I was about to say, if you keep yourself busy,
yeah.
That's one of the best ways. Like,
of course.
For example, exercising, gymming, playing sports is one of the things that helped me, like, during that early period when I really was, like, struggling in it. Because, again, I started getting more busy. So, by the time I'm more busy, I'm tired. You get what I'm saying? And then, I guess for me, it was also a case, like I said, because I don't want to go back to the topic, but it was just a case. This sounds so messed up, but I know what I mean when I say it. It's like, once you actually start having the real thing, it's like, okay, for me, Sha, it's like, I'm experiencing the real thing, so I don't need to watch it. You get what I'm saying? Because even at that point, there's a point that when you actually start having sex, depending on where you are in life, you too will just be like, ugh, okay, sex is not something I just want to be doing casually to this person. So your sexual drive also reduces a bit more because you know the repercussions that can come with it. So I guess that's why I said there was a maturity aspect to it. So like you said, if they keep themselves busy and then hopefully, depending on your journey, if you start to mature more, you start looking at it a bit less. It's still it's still a struggle every day that anybody can fall back under. So I'm not saying because you mature, all of a sudden you say,
oh yeah, I mean, it's an addiction Bro, just like every other addiction.
Some days you just, people understand what I'm saying. Sometimes even Twitter, you just mind your business on Twitter. Next thing you know,
which is what I was saying.
Then you could go down the dark hole.
Yeah, which is why I was actually, when you said keep yourself busy, I was thinking that keeping yourself busy is a good way But then how well can you keep yourself engaged in these things so often? So say, for example, I'm playing sports. I'm not going to play sports the entire day, right? Portions of my day are going to involve me watching TV shows or movies or whatever it is. You wouldn't know when one scene just triggers something, and it's just like, Again, that's how addiction works,
Go and watch the episode before
exactly.
we go.
So yeah, but it's a very good point, and thank you for bringing that up. And it's really encouraging. So I really hope that everyone takes a message from that as well. There's no judgment here. People go through what they go through. Don't feel bad that you're going through this addiction. Just do as much as you can to work yourself out of it. If you have to talk to people, find the safest people around you in your bubble, and see how best you can open up to them, so they can also open up to you, and you guys can, kind of find yourselves a middle ground.
So next one.
So
read the next one.
Yeah, so I'll go with the next one. This one is from Fifi. Hi, Mayawa and Murawa. I love you guys so much and your pod as well. Thank you very much. So I'm supposed to be getting married soon. I love my fiance to pieces and always want to be around him. But then there's this guy at my office that makes me question my decision. Please don't kill me. That makes me question my decision. I don't know if it's lust, but I think I really like him as well. I'm so confused. Like, I feel I'm not ready for marriage, but I don't want to lose my fiance. This other guy knows my fiance. I like two people. I'm just confused and need help.
Sorry, Lord.
Okay, so
go ahead. I'll go after you.
Again, no judgments, right? These things happen. These things happen to the best of us, actually. So yeah, it happens to the best of us. The best of us.
You're actually too political for me sometimes. Like, what?
Okay, so let's start from the top. So she has said that she loves her fiance. Now, there's something she mentioned that kind of made me feel like, is she with her fiance because he's the right person for her? Because that's one thing. And she said, I don't want to lose my fiance. Now, if the emotion that's driving you is that I don't want to lose my fiance, I'm questioning it, because most times the love should make you not even look any other way. You should just love your person enough to not even look another way. But in the event that you do, even if it's lost, there's a respect you have for your partner that just won't make you just feel those things you feel for this person, which then means that there's a door that's been opened. So it's either something from her fiance is what she's not getting that she's now seeing this other guy, or she just doesn't like the fiance that much, but he has presented himself as the most ideal man. I mean, again, look at our dating pool.
Sorry, man, you're being political.
No. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. Look at our dating pool, right? If and a lot of us do this. A lot of guys, girls do this. You meet someone who's most suitable for what you've been looking for in a person, right? What you then do is you become the ideal person for them, so that they don't end up leaving you. Now, let me give you a scenario. Say, for example, I'm dating someone now, and I'm the ideal person for her. I'm what she has been looking for in husband material. Let's say, right? Whereas she knows that she's not quite ready, but she knows that if she says that, before she finds a me, again, she has to go through the entire dating pool again, and she's like, yeah, she's not doing that anymore. And so she settles down. That's what people say. They say, oh, I need to settle down. That's what she does. She settles down. Now, settling down means that she would maybe not stop her bad habits if she has any, but she would drastically reduce them, so they are not things that I would end up wanting to step away from her for. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't want to do those things. She's just stopping them because I don't want to chase him away. These things happen.
Sorry, man. That's
these things happen.
It happens, but then you're a selfish individual. Let's call it what it is. Like, I'm not judging you, Fifi, whoever you are, but that's selfish for you to say, in terms of, okay, I have a fiance, right? And he's the one I want. But then there's now somebody in your office. That's even one of the things that makes it worse. Is the guy is now your office husband or office boyfriend, of all people, that you see because you see that boy every day now. You now think there's something there, because obviously it does happen. Like you say, you're not wrong. You are right, because think about it. Who is she spending a lot of those hours with? The office boyfriend. Meanwhile, you now go home to the person that you still love him, but you're really with that office boyfriend. So already there's no trust in that relationship already. Yeah. See, from the start, because you're now saying the worst part. You're now saying that thing is they now know each other.
I was going to say that.
So I'm like, wait, what kind of game are you playing? This is why I say sometimes some people don't take accountability in themselves. You know what you are doing, madam. And again, I don't judge you, but I am just going to say you cannot be selfish towards your fiance because we don't know his feeling now. Because that boy can be head over heels in love. Because we always like to talk about this, and the reason I'm saying it like this is because we always hear about the perspective of the man when he's the one in this situation. In terms of he has his fiance, and they will bash him. He has a fiance, but he's still going outside. Is it not girls every time they're saying, hey, is it not married men that are always coming to meet me? Is it not guys that always have a babe and all that? So for once, good. I respect this girl because she's actually coming up front to say it. And a lot of girls are like that too, but they'll never admit it. That's why I said I respect her for being honest. But in terms of the solution that we're talking about, you have to make a decision and not be selfish in terms of trying to hold them both. My own is you are playing with fire. If I'm being real with you as a man, you are playing with fire. One, the fact that the men know each other, that's already playing with fire. Two, the fact that the guy's in your office, so every day you see him, you're already playing with fire. Because if that your fiance does find out, you think he's a calm guy, those kind of things are what trigger men. Even the most peaceful guy you know, he can easily just erupt. I'll tell you a story. No, it wasn't me. It was one of my old friends here. This guy, the most chilled, loving dude ever, right? And he doesn't date girls. Girls like him and shit, but he's like, I'm focused on my shit, all that. Like, the guy's doing well, like, career-wise and all that. But for once, he said he was going to be on babe. And I happened to be at one of my house parties years ago. It was abroad. It was years ago, right?
I mean, we know how your
No, he met... No, it wasn't anything bad. He just met the girl... Excuse me. You like, don't go and ruin my business. So, a lot of great relationships happened at my parties. That's what I'm saying. So, they actually met at the party and they started dating from there. He was like, yo, I don't usually do this, but I like this girl. Like, she's cool. They started dating. Everything was going well. This boy, they love this girl. This is the first girl I've seen him with in years. Long story short, this girl goes on a holiday with her sibling and friend. Right? And they said that, one, somehow the ex came to come and meet her on that holiday.
Somehow?
Two,
definitely pre-planned.
She hooked up with somebody else on that holiday. How the information got out, I don't know. I know she confessed. I forgot. She confessed to him. Now, this is a guy that was all in for this girl. I'm telling you, bro. And the reason I'm saying this story is because, like I said, you never really heard the male sides of these situations. It's always the opposite. It broke him. Till now.
I was going to actually, that was my next question. Like, is he seeing?
So now I don't know because he tried to step back from, like, he got, like, yo, I can only imagine you're a guy that you put your all into a girl. Like, even if you had your phase, you know how men are. Like, we're selfish also now. If I really like you and I go all in for you, then all of a sudden I find you cheat on me, you turn your back on me. What? That's why sometimes they say when a woman cheats, it pains more compared to when a man cheats. Not saying that one is above the other. Cheating is cheating. Because women have emotions too. Because when you say that statement, sometimes it's like you're just discrediting women's emotions, which we're not. But
or even encouraging the bad behavior.
Exactly. But obviously, like, men at times are more physical than women. You see how now she's talking about she got an emotional attachment to one guy, to both
she
guys.
Actually likes him, yeah.
While meanwhile on the guy's side, that side chick, I ain't gonna lie to you, there ain't no emotion with that girl. It's just like physical. Yo, okay, I'm trying to hit and pee. Like, okay, maybe for the moment, yeah, but you day your day, stay where you are. My girl is here. Nobody's coming near her.
Well, which is the premise again? Not excusing that.
Again, we're just giving you the mindset of it. We're giving you the mindset. It's over there. But imagine her now. She's saying that it's office. They're close by, bro. Now. That's why I said when you were saying yourself, I wasn't saying you're wrong, but I was also like, bro, think of us as men, how we they think.
So, you know, the thing is, I mean, I'm sure you know that I can relate the most when it comes to these kinds of things. But, you know what I will say? Because she said she doesn't know what to do. How can we help? I mean, again, we're not therapists or anything. But what I would say is that you need to make a decision. And by that, I mean... if you're going to be with your fiance, be with your fiance. There's no gray areas in being with someone. That's the truth, right? You have to just You're either with the person or you're not.
Ooh,
And
I
being
have a
with the
question for
person,
you.
comes with full accountability of the commitment you guys have agreed on each other. I mean, this is fiance level. It's not even my boyfriend anymore.
girlfriend,
This is
this
fiance level.
person you want married
This
for
is
life.
someone that has shown you that he's now prepared to be serious on the next level. Now, if
And you're letting one nigga from your office just come and ruin all
now
that.
it's different if you are saying he cheats too. We don't know that yet. You didn't add that to your story. What we're going by is what you've told us, which is clearly your husband or your husband to be is a loving person. You love him to bits. Now, having this person accommodate a portion of your emotions is where you have the first problem. Now, not saying that in the flip of a switch you can just stop liking this new guy, because again, we know how it works. You know, you like this guy for whatever the reasons are. It could even be just the time you spend with each other. Step back. If you're going to be serious about your
Can I ask you a
fiance,
question? Because my
step back.
intrusive thoughts are really hitting.
All
me
right,
now.
go
I
ahead.
don't want
Go
it
ahead.
to
Go ahead.
Two questions. Have you ever had to cut off a side chick to focus on your main chick?
Go on.
No, let's start with that one before I forget. Let's start. Have you had to? So, has there ever been a girl you want to wife, but you got another girl that's in the picture? Like, obviously,
Right.
when you're single, you go have roster.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, as you cut down your roster, you find the one you want, or you might even be with her now. But to make it official, you got to cut off that other one.
Yes.
You have to do
Yeah.
that.
It's a tough thing to do, but it's no. It is a tough thing to do. And I'll be honest, it's not, especially if the person, is.
Oh shit! Sorry, I had a flashback because I had to. Hey man.
Yeah, especially if the person is not someone who is horrible to you.
Like if she's such good people,
If she's not horrible to you, it's harder.
Bro, that's why I said I'm laughing because I have it. Man,
It's harder.
see,
But it's a decision you
and
have to
do you
make.
know what sounds so fucked up? You see how I'm saying it pained me, but it didn't pain me, but it pains more because it shouldn't pain you, especially if you're going for the person
Exactly,
you
it
want. But we're
shouldn't.
just saying from a guy's perspective, you're like, it's like forget
It's
losing
not-
your
it's a-
best eater.
it's a
Like
very-
it's not.
yeah, no, no, it's
we're
not
not
even-
even
it's not
talking.
even-
We're not even talking about
nah.
that. We're not even talking about. I'm
It's
talking
not
about
even
a
on that
girl
level.
that they vibe with. You like, maybe relationship no go work out in this future.
In fact,
But she's good
sometimes
people.
you even know that if you tried relationship, everything will scatter.
Exact. Man,
You
you,
can't-
you understand.
you just know everything was
understand.
scattered,
Like,
but-
bro, I had.
Yeah,
What?
no, because I mean, it's happened to me in the past too, where you just know that you vibe with this person, but you just know that one of the reasons why you guys are vibing is that there's still the liberty.
There's no
of,
commitment in.
There's still the liberty of you have your time, I have my time. There's just a way that we
me
understand.
me and man.
And the minute,
me and
because-
man's
you
idea.
know why? Because sometimes when even a glimpse of commitment came up, it started feeling weird.
Yeah. Bro,
Energy started
there was
changing.
a time,
I was
like,
just like,
me and my, I keep saying me and my old Kenyan dad, yeah, was like, bro, she will even tell me about when we'll finally see and all that about the boy she was dating and all that stuff, and I'll be free with it. You get, I'll tell her my update too. We go give each other advice, self, because there's that. Yeah, we have love for each other, but we know the boundary we're not crossing is the relationship boundary, because like you said, it ruins everything. And it's not, again, it's like, you know how they always used to say that joke when you're younger, like, okay, if you're single by the time we're 35 or 40,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
yeah.
this could work. But right now,
Yeah.
it's like we're in two different phases of life, maybe even in two separate countries. So it's like it can't work. Like, so I was like, for you, like, let me go back to
Or
that.
even
now.
two emotional phases. Just
Yeah. Because one might like, because I know for me, like, there were some girls like the one I'm talking about, like, she loved hard. And I know and already with the way things were now, it's already good energy, good motion. But it's like, if I now try and commit to that next level, it scatters everything. Because then there are problems that start to see that it's
then there are
like,
expectations as well. Expectations
Yeah.
that then would now make it seem like, okay, you know what, maybe you're actually... So, like you mentioned, she loved hard. By the time you move to the stage of commitment, I mean, it's natural. She wants reciprocity. So she might want you to love just as hard now that you guys
I
are a
can't
thing.
love you because I don't love you.
Exactly. And so
Because you give it to
love,
the main. Because notice how you just said that thing, right? You're still going to give that same thing to your main girl. That's probably maybe because your main girl didn't say it. That's why it came naturally. But because maybe that old one said it,
or maybe
implied
it was
early.
just implication.
It's
yeah.
like, yo, sweetheart, I don't love you. I can't lie to you and say I do. God damn, this is some bullshit.
I mean, can it get there? I hope, I think, but I just don't feel it.
I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I did think of it, and that's what I said when I was making my decision. I thought of it. I was like, you're somebody that I can see is a friend forever. You understand? Like if you took away the physical.
Yeah.
If you took away the sex, basically, let's be real. If we took away the sex and all that, the person
is a very good
you
friend.
You are a friend. Like, I know I can keep, like, that's why I said leave sex as like if we say we're never doing again, I can keep as a friend.
Yeah. And a very good friend at that.
Thank you. But like I said, it's like even to create that bond. And I think, to be honest, that was even one of the tests that made me know if I could be friends with a person. Like, obviously, there's a boundary now, of course. There's a big boundary. But there's still that respect and cool we have. Meanwhile, there were some other girls, when you broke that news to them, you saw the real side. It's like, oh, fuck it then. It's like, it's like, wait, what? I thought you liked me. So really it was this. It was like, if I don't commit, then it's nothing. Man,
don't fucking fair. Please.
You showed yourself.
I laugh because as soon as you said that, the image of Sarah just came to my head.
Like, wait, I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. So that means you like me more than. And again, I can't give you that energy because I know if I'm lying to you, like, for me, for you to be my girl, it means like I really have to fuck. Like, for me to say, will you be my girlfriend? I know I have to be really locked in with you. And that's why I said you got to cut off the sides.
In fact, you know, sometimes the person who you really would want to date, it could be other things even that are making you not make that next step. It could even be that sometimes it could be different cities, and you just know that this different cities thing cannot work, but this is the person I want. But this different thing, or it could even be that you know, they are in a stage in life where they just got heartbroken, and you are like, I really want. So you can't. But that's the person you want. But you're still in the dating pool, so you're still seeing these other people, and so maybe now that person is now finally available, or whatever the case is, you know, or maybe you guys, it was a spin around the block situation, you know, and so now it's like, okay, this is here, I'm not going to do whatever I can to mess it up again. That's when that situation presents.
You know what's funny? I always say though, like, again, you know, they're saying sometimes what you want is not what you need, and then
and what you need is not even what you want.
Exactly, and then it's like, when you look at it, you ask yourself and that's a problem sometimes with us, is like, do you really think ahead when it comes with women? Because it's like, you might like me now, but when you really get to know me, or you really start seeing certain sides of me, are you going to like me the way you say you like me? Because really and truly, when you're linking up with somebody, whether it's like a girl you like, or it's a sneaky link, or, you know, that kind of girl that we say is the girl that maybe it's not your girl was before, apart from her, actually, because obviously she gonna know you on some kind of deep levels, because she gonna know your flaws.
Oh yeah. You guys
she gonna know your. So you guys go deep. So let's leave her. So let's talk about the other girls you date, all that stuff. All of them know you on a surface level, because they don't spend that everyday time with you. It's more of the, when I have time, okay, we're gonna be doing this talking, doing this calling, and I'm letting you see the parts of me I want you to see, compared to the girl that's your girl before your girl, and then eventually your real girl. They are going to see the sides of you don't even realize you are bringing out.
True.
Your flaws. And you know, girls pick up on every damn thing. Fam, I've had women tell me about myself that I say,
Yeah, I agree.
So it's a stick like that.
So, you know, and this thing you just mentioned now is exactly where I believe she's heading to, because when you said what you want is not necessarily what you need, I feel like she wants the office guy.
She wants the office guy, but she knows she needs the fiance.
Exactly. And so another thing is, I would feel really bad for the fiance if she ends up sticking with the fiance because he's just what she needs. Because what then happens is that this desire for not just the office guy but other people will still erupt again in the future.
If you know
you're not ready, just step away.
Let the nigga be somewhere even far away. Somebody that, how can you say they know each other and that guy can easily, bro? That's too close to home. You're playing with fire.
Close, like. If you know you're going to like respect your partner the way you would love for them to respect you as well, I'm sorry, but if you're not ready, step back.
Okay, it's like if you step out now, you have your girl with you, right? And then you now just go and see your exes or some girls you be with. Are you going to bring that girl directly to them and say, hey, by the way? Hell no. It's like, hey, so we need to take a step. We don't need to go that way. Can we go this way? Now, if we happen to bump into each other by
self-respecting. It's a respecting, rather. It's a respect to your partner. Again, I'm just like, there's no, you know what? I think we summarized what you need to do.
Sorry, I mean,
you have to make a decision.
You even gave us a topic with this thing, because what?
Yeah, you have to make a decision.
Sorry, that last thing.
And I think, go ahead, ask.
So you didn't really answer the question. How did it go when you broke the news to your before girl?
So I mean, it was a bit rough, because of course I knew how much this person liked me. right? But I also knew that I couldn't take it further. So it was not like I was in a place where I was promising the most and not delivering. Because I already knew I couldn't give the most, right? But of course, I still liked this person because one, like you said, you guys get to know each other on a level that you understand each other, So you start to feel like maybe I can. But there are the reason why you haven't moved beyond that point is because either you've experienced it. So most times, at least in my case, the journey started off with the intention to, right? Because when you guys start talking, it's the intention. I like this person. I want to get to know her better, hopefully date, I want that. It's as you get to know the person, you start to see things you cannot live with for the rest of your life. Now, those things don't take the person away from her being a good person or being a good
Can
friend.
I handle this shit for the rest of my
so,
life?
So and those things kind of on that spot you would kind of know if I can take this further or not, right? But again, doesn't stop the fact that you like the person. So it's like, okay, I see this now. I'm not sure I can. In fact, halfway through the journey, you're also hoping that there's something else.
So what were the things about her? What were the things about? You can ask me the same question too.
Yeah.
But what were the things about her that made you say like, I can't handle this for life, and the girl I'm going to end up being with, I'd rather have that. What were the things about the other girl that you're like, I can't handle?
So I think our lack of commitment our lack of commitment was some sort of a two-edged sword. Because on one side, we had our time, we had our space, we had our personal lives outside of, us saying. But on the other side, that was the problem. We had our lives, we had our personal lives, we had our time. So now, the ambiguity of whoever else she's seeing or whoever else I'm seeing now puts me in a place of how do I know this person will be genuine if I bring my genuine intentions up front? Because I'm coming from a place of, and I guess I can blame a bit of it on my trauma of being heartbroken or whatever it is, right? Now, not that I've not healed from it, but again, the way trauma works is also protective. So if I've been bitten by a snake before, if I see a snake from afar, I'm already on guard.
Yeah.
Then, so it's not because I've not recovered from whatever trauma it is, but I've just learned from it and known that I need to protect myself in the next incident. So because I'm already on that defensive based on my experiences, I'm already one step back in the possibility that she's going to, if I tell her, oh, I like you, let's try this. If she says, I like you too, I'm already like, really, do you now? But you see, it's not because of anything she's done in particular. Maybe she's had a few signs that will but those signs are still part of the lack of commitment we have. Do you understand? So they're not things I should be able to hold on to. But the lack of commitment presented those signs. So maybe, for example, I run into her with another guy. But it's still free game at that point because I've not.
You can't be angry at that. You can't be angry at that. You
didn't
commit yourself.
Exactly. But when I now think back on wanting to move things to the next level, all I'm thinking is, okay, so if I tell this person how I feel, and she says she feels the same way, how do I know it's not a lie? How do I know it's not just like a person here where it's like, okay, I like you, but you still be liking other people, Because I know how I am. If I'm going to love, I love very hard. So I don't want a case where I'm now committing so much, doing everything again just to be back in the same turmoil. And that's what it was. So it wasn't really that it wasn't that she had done this one thing. Maybe the way she put her leg on the table. No, it wasn't. It wasn't one of those kinds of things, right? It was something as ambiguous as, something she had done that just kind of triggered a few things in my head. Like, okay, yeah, I'm not sure how much I can trust this person's words.
Fair.
Only because of what I've experienced in the past. And there's no point of me like projecting that trauma until, imagine me now dating her. I'm now being very protective and saying, where are you going to? Are you sure this is where, So there's just no need to dump her with, stuff. And I guess it's also because I'm also in a city or, in a demographic of people that, look at our dating pool, bro. It's literally the same mess that I'm protecting myself from that I keep seeing every time, So I'm like, okay, if everybody's just dating like this, there's just no point of me trying to,
I used to, and
that's really what it was.
It's very funny you say that because that was like, for me, the same thing. Well, different. So one of mine was, if you already start questioning me about other girls, it can't work. And I'll tell you, it's funny, but
an experience is
because for me already, I already know the rules of the game when we're single. I cannot question you about any man.
Agreed.
So if I know I'm not going to question any of the girls I'm talking to, seeing about any man, and you can ask, I never used to check any girl about it, but you are already questioning me. That's already a problem because even from my normal life, I tell people I've been the same the last 10 years. I've been doing events. I've been in the limelight for different stuff I've done. So obviously you're going to see women around me. If already you are questioning me, and that's why I said I've been like this since, I already know in the back of my head it can't work long term, because you're not going to be comfortable in yourself. When you start really entering my life now, are you going to be comfortable? I don't want a case I'm with the girl every time. Who's that girl? Who's that girl? Who's that? Like you said, there's trauma, because I've been like, I had one girl one time. Oh my Lord. I was talking to this girl, right? Invited her to one of my parties. We're talking.
Exactly. Okay.
This girl followed me throughout every party. So this is how you just be with this girl. So this is how you. So I don't like this thing you do. No. Why would you like? You get what I'm saying? So already that trauma is there. So that's why I said that was one. Two. You know what's funny? Culture. I didn't realize it till these last few years, and I think that's why every stage is different. But I didn't realize subconsciously this whole time culture was such a big thing for me. Like, I love women that are well cultured in terms of they're either, one, very open-minded to learn about other cultures, or two, they've already been experiencing other cultures that they can have those different conversations that educate me, but you're also ready to learn about stuff. Because it's very easy for somebody to say, yes, I'm open-minded, but to be cultured, there's a difference. Because I'll give you an example. There was an ex I had that I brought to Nigeria. Brought her here for the first time. I remember when I was about to meet my family and all that, I'm just like, oh, by the way, you know, in our culture and all that, you know, like, you have to prostrate. The girl said, I ain't kneeling down for nobody.
Which is her. I mean, that's her thing.
You're entitled to your stuff. Yeah. But then I'm like, hey, game, can we have a conversation? And the thing is, I didn't react like, are you okay? Like, why would you know? I was just like, because I already know how some Americans may think. I know how to handle this conversation, but it became a big fight, because even I had to start saying, look at the Japanese. Don't they bow for people?
Exactly.
The Japanese
and if I'm dating a Japanese girl and she wants me, I'm sorry, I will bow in front of her father. It's simple.
And even me, I will go do the research even to go and say, okay, in this country. So you see why I say culture was such a big thing for me, because of my background. And then finally, one thing. Honestly, I didn't realize it again, was if I can't be your friend, man, like, parents actually, I hate to admit this, but adults sometimes be giving you some wisdom when you two don't want it, because you know, and they always say marry your best friend or marry someone that's your friend. It's like, there's some girls, like I said, are you really friends though? Are we friends?
Yeah, because
like, some girls are cool with.
You're not going to love each other. You have to be friends.
Bro, it's like you still have to be guys, and that's actually what keeps you going, which is what I'm starting to realize now in my 30s. Because I got a lot of girls I'm cool with. I have a number of girls that are my friends, but then there are a lot of girls. It was more attraction acquaintances, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when you're attracted to somebody, so every time you talk, you're cool and all that because you're attracted to each other. But is there actually a friendship there? I noticed I had that a lot of times with a number of women, because when I say friends, it's not like if they ask me for something and I could do it, I could do it. Vice versa, if I asked them for something they could do it. But were we friends?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but it's crazy that you would have to experience different phases of relationships at different stages of your life, because if anyone ever told you would have to have that ultimatum of cutting this main person off because there's a real main person that you want to deal with, and you have to confront that situation as is, you're going to be like, nah, I'll never get myself in that kind of thing. No.
I used to run I realized it will find you, because
of course
I was the same one for years. I ain't trying to date. I'll tell every girl now, obviously there's your little trauma why, but it's like, nah, then all of a sudden boop.
And the thing is, there's nothing worse for me than dating someone because the convenience presents itself. Because no matter what, you would never be able to respect a person to the fullest.
Can you say that again? Say it again.
There's nothing worse for me than dating somebody because the convenience presents itself.
Women, please, I want you to hear that statement and just let it register. Some of you don't know what God is doing in your life. That's why you're not settling down that boy. That's why the boy is still playing with you like this.
Exactly.
Because I swear, if some of us actually settled with some of you, you will hate us even more.
Yep.
And sometimes some girls don't realize that I'm not liking you or trying to wipe you right now because I'll be settling with you. It's not that it's you as a person that's
exactly.
You are a lovely girl. You are smart. You are like, you get what I'm saying. You might even take most. Bro, have you met a girl that has ticked literally every box, but you know in your heart of hearts
that I can't? Yeah,
I can't.
And not even, and that I can't is not because you've even seen something. It's just not.
I'm not ready. Like,
not- it's
babe,
not-
you will not. You're not going to get the best versions of me. So why should I do that to you?
That's exactly it. Now, if later on at some point it sparks and it comes out, and now it's not as if I'm even fighting against it. It's not as if I'm telling myself you must not date her, you must not. But it's just not coming to see. There's a way the natural feeling comes that you won't have to remind yourself to respect the person. You won't have to remind yourself to be so selfless with the person. You know, when you find that there are some situations where you have to kind of remind yourself that, oh, I haven't checked on this person today. That's just kind of letting you know that, yeah, maybe this is not the person, you know. And because I also know that I'm not the kind of person who needs to remind myself, I already know that for me to remind, I don't think you're the person I want to be with. And so, and, you know, I already know that me considering dating that person is because the convenience presented itself. It just showed that this person is being nice to me. I can also be nice to the person.
And that's why I used to avoid some, like, I'll be like, look, I'm avoiding you for a reason because I don't want...
Or maybe you find out that things are intensifying, you step back a little bit, you know, just because, you know, moving forward would mean that, you know, you're heading things in a direction.
And I know if we sleep together, Lord knows you will be attached like him up. So why would I do that to you? At least, so sometimes, that's what I say, women don't think of this perspective. Like, I've avoided a lot of situations where I know I could easily push this thing. Or I know she's down. And she's probably told me, but nope, I don't want to because I'm not trying to even put that kind of situation in my life.
And the thing is that a lot of people, a lot of adults, a lot of Nigerians marry because of the convenience. This is why you find a lot of marriages that break up early. Because the truth is you found that, and it's both genders. The guy's marrying because he has found a good woman that can take care of his kids, that can be a good wife, not a good partner, not a good life partner. Because, I mean, why are you getting married if you're not seeing a good life partner in the person? That's one side. Some women are getting married because they found a man that is rich enough to provide for what they can provide for. She's seen somebody that can at least take care of her kids when she gives birth. She's seen someone that can give her a soft life outside of the single life she's had. Or she's just seen someone who is ready and available. And so she's like, she doesn't have time again. She's already turning 30. I mean, even that 30 thing, we'll talk about it at some other time. But yeah,
30, man. Why you do that to my 30 plus queens?
You know, so,
I'll say, I think the bar is pushed now to 35. 30 is still young in this generation, so 35. Once you're 35, every woman starts saying, I'm a 40 around the corner.
You know, and so that's the thing. And, you know, when you're at that stage and you're dating for convenience, you don't even know the things that you're compromising on.
Because would you say that because at that age you don't see shit? What more do you want to see on streets?
The truth is people who marry because they don't have time think they're making the right decisions. Because they're like, this is for me, I'm doing it for me, I want my child to be born at this certain age. But they don't know that that's actually shooting yourself in the foot. I would rather be single and not marry if I've not found the person that I'm so bonded with that I can't breathe. Do you understand? So until I'm at that stage, I'm sorry, but I'm never going to just date because...
Like, you know, they say Nigerians, if you go together and understand...
This is where I have the problem with that. Because what happens when you don't? Because the truth is that you've now promised each other something. If one person in the party realizes that actually they're not really looking, it doesn't feel like they're actually ready to do their whole life with this person, you automatically can't come with this person and say, I can't do anymore. Because now you've promised them so much. There's a lot that's attached to it now. You've met their families. They've met yours. Like, there's now so much at stake. And that's why you find people dying in relationships because now you can't say that you can't live anymore. You can't live. And most times it can even be a petty reason. But that petty reason is actually enough for you to not want to spend your life with it. That is your reason. I try not to undermine people's reasons for want to be with someone because the truth is you have your reasons.
Everybody gets
it could be something. It could be that maybe the way the person is snoring, the way they scratch their nose, you can't live with it. Whatever your reason is, but that reason is driving you to not be the best version of yourself to this other person. In which case, normally you would have walked out. If you didn't do, we'll grow with each other. But now you are growing with each other, you find that you cannot really grow. You want to step out, you can't step out. You're stuck in.
Everybody's not. So if you leave,
you know. I mean, of course. Now, Okay, so our culture was not very pro divorces before.
Your happiness is important.
Exactly. But now that we're liberal about it. You know, people are now stepping out more, stepping away from their relationships more. But it's a very horrible medicine to swallow, having to grow with someone. I'm sorry, but my own advice is always, if you don't feel that natural spark and bond, that is, you wake up and you just want the person, like you pick up your phone and you only want to hear the person's voice, you just, if it's not that, then I'm sorry, you're only dating for convenience. You're settling at that point. That's what I believe.
Well, you've heard it here first on Menisms, ladies and gentlemen. again, keep sending more comments and questions because you see, with that, there's a lot of things to talk about. And I hope the people that listen, especially the women that listen to this podcast, I hope you understand the conversation from the mind of a man in terms of not the situation itself, in terms of the perspective, which is why we do Menisms, so you understand the perspective, and that way when you now are probably in that situation or you look back at a situation, you can now say, okay, maybe there was this perspective he was thinking about, you get? But of course, make sure you subscribe to all our audio channels. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Menism Podcast. Make sure you go to Spotify, Apple Music. Continue pushing. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on the gram on Menisms Pod. Again, any soft plugs?
None at the moment. Just be happy. I mean, self plugs will come up soon. We're developing ourselves in a personal angle. When we get to that point, we'll let you guys know.
And yeah, self plug again. Check and Balance DJ battle coming next month. You go see I'm here first. But until then, I'm Michael Sonario,
and I'm Moro Ogunkoya,
and we'll see you next time.